A pleasant good afternoon, we are privileged to have you today on our platform. For the sake of the viewer, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Oliver Schuster. I'm representing the Savings Banks Foundation for International Cooperation from Germany.
And my name is Ursula Hammerich. I'm a consultant working with the Savings Bank Foundation for International Cooperation.
What's your mission in Liberia?
Well, our mission in Liberia is to find out more about the credit union sector in Liberia. And as we are working in other Western African countries already with the credit union sector and try to improve the financial inclusion of the people of Liberia.
So how long have you been here?
Only this week.
And what does Liberians stand to benefit from your visit?
The benefit of the visit in Liberia has been extremely beneficial for us to come to Liberia. I myself and also Oliver Schuster, we came for the first time last year in November to undertake a fact-finding mission of the financial sector, in particular the microfinance sector, including the credit union movement. And we've now come back actually a year later to further analyze the sector and discuss potential entry points for a potential project that we might be starting here in cooperation, obviously, with already existing projects in West Africa that have been successfully running in Ghana and Gambia.
And so what exactly do you want to achieve?
I think our key objective actually in this country, as it is in Ghana, Gambia, and potentially also in Sierra Leone, is to improve access to finance. We know that Liberia, similar to Sierra Leone, is a very poor country, has faced very difficult situations ravaged by war and the Ebola crisis that had very negative impacts on the rural populations, but the population in general, and has, of course, impoverished the population. We feel that microfinance, and in particular the credit union movement, can do a lot in order to improve the economic situation of people in the rural areas, poor people. And we hope that we might be able to provide some contribution to increase poverty in this country.
Maybe we decrease the poverty in this country, and I think we can also bring in the expertise we gained during the last decade when we were working with the credit union sector in other West African countries, and also we can bring in expertise, regional expertise from the Gambian and the Ghanaian especially, to increase now the capacity of the credit union association, but also the primary credit unions, especially in the villages.
So how many countries you are currently in Africa?
Sorry?
How many countries you are in currently in Africa?
Oh my God! And in Western Africa, maybe we're in Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Cameroon, Togo, and then Eastern Africa is Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, and then Zambia. I think we started Zimbabwe, now Namibia. I hope I didn't forget any.
So the workshop today will be climaxed tomorrow. At the end of the workshop, what's the expectation? What do we expect of participants?
You mean our expectations?
Yeah,
from partner organizations?
Your expectation from your partners in Liberia, the participants. What do you expect of them?
Right. I think our approach is that we would like to work on a level where we are true partners. We establish a true partnership and collaboration with the local organization in Liberia. And we look at sustainability in particular. I think we have an approach. We feel that long-term projects make an impact and that are required when you work in an environment like this one. It's not a situation where you can achieve what you would like to achieve within 2 or 3 years. So we're potentially looking at a long-term project of 8 years. And I think we will try to work from day one on establishing sustainable systems and working with counterparts and supporting also the capacity building of the partners on various levels, on the national level, regional level, and credit union level. So capacity building support is a key area that we focus on.
let me add one thing. I think it's very important also maybe to have smaller steps which are successful at the end than to have too big tasks, too huge expectations from both sides, and at the end all the partners fail and are unhappy with the cooperation. And due to that, I really think it's better to have smaller steps, especially initially when we start in this so-called orientation phase of that project, to have some success stories from the very beginning.
I guess in everything there should be some level of problem or maybe some challenges. If I may ask you, what are the challenges involved in working with these African countries in the area of financing?
Oh, I guess there's multiple challenges. I mean, one key area is, of course, that it's difficult for financial institutions to be located in very remote and rural areas. I mean, normal financial institutions like banks or microfinance institutions usually don't go there. The transaction costs are extremely high for them, and that's why the credit union model works differently. It works within the community, in very remote locations, and therefore, also aims at reducing some of the costs that you would be facing with the financial banking sector, commercial banks, for example.
Do you also engage government and in those countries that you visit as well?
We have to do that, and even the financial sector is regulated normally by central banks, or when it comes to the credit unions as well, by the cooperative departments. And for sure we have to interact with them, and also we motivate and engage them to join the workshops like today. Even we have representatives here from both agencies or ministries, right?
Finally, is there any message you want to signal out there to those of the people that will be watching you, that are already watching you on the television, on YouTube, Twitter, and then Facebook Live this afternoon? What can you tell them?
Okay. I would...
Please, yeah, sure.
I would
Please
like
first.
to wish the people of Liberia all the best. I know that this country has been through a lot, but I also truly believe that now the time has come to move away from a crisis situation to facing a situation where we move away from crisis or emergency aid towards development work, long-term support with regards to establishing sustainable structures and organizations. And the time is right for that. And if we can play a small role in supporting that process, I think we'll be extremely happy.
Like always, nothing to add.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you
very much.
Once more, your name?
My name is Ursula,
Your position?
consultant with the Savings Bank Foundation.
And you, sir?
I'm Oliver. I'm the project manager for West African projects within the Savings Bank Foundation for International Cooperation Project.
It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. All right.
Boa,